very wide.
Can I ask you about the orchestras and BBC Singers, and can you briefly give us an update on where we're at since the suspension of the proposed cuts? Would that be Charlotte? Or?
Yeah, I think that's probably one for me, isn't it? I guess I would start by saying, just to reassure everyone, that we are absolutely committed to our classical music and our performing groups provision at the BBC. We've been the biggest commissioners of music, and we're one of the biggest employees of musicians in the country, and we've been that for some time, and that is absolutely our intention to go on doing that. We spend £60 million annually on classical music, so this is all framed in our absolute commitment to this role continuing.
You said you have been, but you're saying there's a commitment for that to
absolutely.
continue.
This is everything that we are doing is to make sure that we are fit for the future, and our performing groups and our commitment to classical music can continue.
Some people think that after the proms, all these cuts will be back on the table, and the suspension will sort of have been proved just to be a little bit of an interim move. Is that wrong?
This is absolutely wrong. This is all about us trying to find a new model for our performing groups and classical music that is fit for the future. The classical music review that we did last year came up with some very good recommendations that musicians' unions and in fact most of the classical music sector absolutely approved of, that we felt we could have a greater impact with education, that we could partner more with orchestras and performing groups across the UK, including amateur and professional choirs, that we wanted to open up the classical music industry to more people, and that we also really wanted to look at how can we grow classical music audiences. We are in a real crisis, I think, in the classical music sector, and I think for the BBC to be looking at what role should we be playing in the future that fits our public service mission, I think is absolutely the right thing to do.